was saying on the last update, we are running the fish room about 32 Celsius, so it's very hot in here.
Yeah.
Usually I haven't even got a t-shirt on when I'm recording. Last one we were talking about a sink. So I got the sink in, got all the plumbing which I've done myself, good few leaks obviously, but I've sorted all that now. The water butts in, water system. This is going to be covered up. Obviously this was a window, can't be dealing with a window inside a hot fish room. So that's being covered up, whiteboard, stuff like that. It's just a general fish room. It's messy at the minute, so it's come in last night, so excuse being a bit docile. So in this one we got the red turquoise, which are here. We got the blue diamonds, and then we got the red covers, the more stable red, which on the back. Yeah. And 2 inch. In this one you have to excuse the cloudy water. It was an algae blue, so just done a massive water change. So in this one we've got the blue autumn floras, which are the paler ones just there. We got the the yellow melons, and we got the super red melons. Most of them are sold at the minute, so just have to excuse. That on the bottom there is not mess, it's where I've flooded the fish room and it's took the paint off the bottom. So in this one we've got a mixture of some that haven't really grown and some that came in last night. So we got the red dragons, the yellow dragons, and then we got these super cobalts which are at the back there, you can just see. And then we got the red autumn floras which are just there. We managed to get the water system up and running as well. So water changes are a case of just turning buttons and messing around with valves. So that comes straight from the water. 6 foot's not set up yet. This is where we're going to be housing the breeding stock. And every time we want to breed, then eventually all these are going to be our spawning tanks. At the minute you can see they're not set up. And then these are going to be the 2.5, 3 inch, 4 inch discus tanks. And in every fish room, everyone wants to see the cupboard that we keep all our chemicals in. There's only a certain amount of chemicals that we can keep in here because obviously how hot it is. So this is for, we do a PP treatment, which I'll be showing people how to do that soon. We do that weekly. It's more of a precaution treatment, get rid of all the external parasites, stuff like that. And all that does, once the PP is done, which is not in here because it's too hot, that just neutralises the PP because it's quite a harsh treatment. It's more like a pond treatment. The JBL test kit. Don't use it often because I know my water's very good, but if I do see a little problem, always test it just to make sure, but I never have problems. These fish are getting 60 to 70, sometimes even 80% water changes a day, every day. We get 3 feedings a day, one when I wake up, one before I go to work, one when I get home from work. Potassium permanganate, don't buy this stuff, always make it yourself. If anyone wants to know how to make it, mix it yourself, I'll show you on a video. Don't buy that stuff. Methylene blue, we all know what that's for. Don't even need to talk about that. Breeding cone, we all know what that's for. Potassium permanganate. This is what you mix the stock solution with distilled water, and I can tell you the measurements if anyone wants to know how to do that. Brilliant. And obviously what you need, how much you need to put in there to treat them. General tonic, and let me tell everyone, never buy this stuff. I spoke to, I'm not going to name the aquatics, when I was breeding angelfish, and I said I didn't really want to use methylene blue because they stain the tanks. And I was like, yeah, we got this thing called General Tonic, it works. Put it in the tank, and do you know what? Still to this day I cannot get rid of the colouring, which is why you'll see some of the colouring on this. I can't get rid of it, it's on the glass, can't get rid of it. Don't use that stuff.
And almost nearly the most important things over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. We're running stuff in here at 32 Celsius. Obviously, if something was going to happen, it's probably not going to happen when you're actually inside the fish room, but if it is, so was there, that is even been running for 2 years, so I know it's safe in here, but that you can't even touch, it's so hot. Obviously you got your electrics. This is, I don't plug nothing into here, that's just for the air pump, which I'll be putting a socket in soon for that. Just a single socket. But like I said, it's a fish room in the making. I don't plug nothing into that, that is unsafe. So do what I say, not what I do. The fuse box, simple little fuse box. Air pump, which is on the air driven air system. On the valves, these are just cheap little valves. Like I said, some I wouldn't use again. This is just a temporary fish room.
Yeah.
I'm just currently in the process of buying a house, and the fish room will be 2 times, 3 times the size. Like I said, it's a temporary fish room. I love keeping fish, I love breeding, and personally the best way to do it if you're going to do a fish room and you know you're staying in that house is do systems, do overflows, do sumps on every system. It's the best way to do it, best filtration ever. But like I said, on these ones I'm just running a pretty standard. I've done it a clean way, so if we just come over here, don't look at these ones are I've done it a clean way. No one likes to see pop bottles inside a fish tank, so I can't even tell you where I got them bottles from. But that's just filled with biobills, and then it's got a little pre-filter on it, which is a little smaller filter. This is the pre-filter I use. Just a coarse sponge. And I clean them filters out, just the pre-sponge once a week, and then once a month then I'll actually put the biobills into some tank water, give them a swill through. But literally every week when I squeeze out that sponge, the water is black. All these tanks are usually pretty crystal clear, but like I said, I've had a few little problems. Nothing, just general fish room problems, nothing that's going to affect the fish. A little algae bloom. These lights run 24 hours a day, so they don't turn off. So I'm just battling a little algae bloom in that tank at the minute. I've not cleaned the tanks today, and obviously I'm feeding a frozen mussel mix, and everyone knows that's messy stuff. Obviously every fish room needs a vacuum, and need a vacuum. Just don't flood the fish room while you're vacuuming like I've done before. HMA filter, just on this water butt, as you can see inside. So inside the water butt we've got a heater, water pump, which pumps into the water system, massive air stone, and it's going to be on a float switch, which is here, float valve, which is what you get in your toilets when you flush your toilet. It refills itself. You're going through there like that, with a water supply coming in through here, connects onto there, and then it will just float until it wants to stop, and well, until I tell it to stop, and it will just stop on its own. That's going to be on there through the water system, as you can see down here. I'll just show you down here. So we've got the water coming up from the house, the main water line coming up, goes into my sink. I'm only running cold water inside the fish room, I don't need hot water. That's just for swilling out fish nets, stuff like that. And then we've got another pipe coming off, and that's what's going to be feeding the water butt. So as soon as it's being used, it's going to be filling straight back up. So there, it's a pretty simple way how the fish rooms run. If anyone's a beginner, this is probably how they would set up a fish room, but I've been doing fish for many years. This was just something temporary. So pretty simple. Initially on the water system, when I'm turning the valves to do the water changes, I wouldn't have these. I'll be having the stopcock valves, the ones that look like taps. But like I said, temporary fish room, you don't want to be spending £9 on one tap here, then you've got a few tanks. See, we've got the water system coming down here as well. Just goes into there, that will fill up the 6 foot. I only have to turn a tap. But this is where I'm going to be running the breeding tanks. Every tank is going to have a breeding cone in it and a set of discus. Every tank's going to have a breeding pair of discus. These tanks aren't always going to be in use, so you'll never see these tanks always in use. Like I said, I'm not going to be rinsing the fish of eggs. When I want to breed a batch, that's when I'll put the batch in, that's when I'll set the tank up. So initially I want 6 pairs spawning maybe once a month. So I'll be spawning the pairs, and then I'll be going straight back into the breeding stock tank. They won't really breed in there, they might do, but the plan is when I want them to breed, I take the pair out and then I put them into the breeding tank. So that's the plan. We've got some beautiful discus in there, I tell you. If anyone are interested in any other fish, just go to www.facebook.com/discuskeepers UK. Say that again. So the / will be discus keepers, KEEPERS UK. And that'll take you straight to my Facebook page where you can get updates, pictures of the fish.
Yeah, I'll make sure to put all the links
Yeah.
in the description, of course.
We send fish through the post as well. We use a licensed courier. But charge of that is £20.
That one next to the airstone. Lovely.
They're still very young. They're only about 8 to 12 weeks old.
That's what I mean. I'm surprised that one's coloured up so much already.
And we just feed them a general mussel mix made by us, and we have very good results of it. These fish grow to 1 inch a month up until about 3-4 inch, and then they'll start to slow down. Then that's to 1 inch a month up until about 3-4 inch, and then they'll start to slow down. Then that's when you'll start to see them slow down. Take a bit longer to grow. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the update. It's been a while since the last done one. It's, like I said, if you want any other fish, go to www.facebook.com/discuskeepers UK. The link will be in the description. If you're anywhere in the UK and you think you can't get the fish, I can send them to you. So it's not an issue. Thank you for watching, guys.